This is part 28 of my series on my N-gauge model railway project. Previous parts cover the project from its inception through the creation of the baseboard, selection and laying of track, building of scenic items, obtaining rolling stock, etc. The project is ongoing. This part is another little point-of-view tour of the layout with a camera mounted on a train going round all of the layout main lines. The last time I did a train cam tour of this kind a while ago, I had the Mobius Mini camera, which is the smallest full-resolution video camera I have, mounted on an American double bogie wagon just held on by rubber bands. I checked and that wasn't going to work this time, as too many things have been added to the layout, reducing clearance around the tracks. So I had to get fairly innovative to come up with a way of getting the camera around. I used the chassis from a Pico 15-foot wagon kit. I had a few of these around, having picked them up recently. This seemed to offer the lowest down to the track that I could possibly mount the camera and helped it to get past many possible obstructions. This arrangement was so low to the tracks that I couldn't use rubber bands to hold the camera on. They would have been rubbing on the tracks, so I resorted to masking tape, not a new resort for me, as I've flown many cameras on planes held on by masking tape in the past. Fitting a working coupling to this improvised wagon was a bit of a problem. Normally, when the Pico kit was assembled, the top part of the wagon would hold the couplings into place in their pockets via small lugs that fit into the tops of the coupling pockets. But I wasn't using the top part of the wagon at all, so I jerry-rigged things by cutting a small piece of plastic from a sprue, dropping it into the top of the coupling pocket and then holding it down with some more masking tape. Not an ideal solution, but it more or less worked, although the couplings didn't move very freely, so it needed to be pushed down manually to ensure a good connection. Here's the camera train in its siding, ready to start the ride. The loco is the current production Graham Farish Ginty 3F tank engine, which tends to be my go-to resource for simple motive tasks. So, now let's go for that ride round the layout. Okay, since it's a while since we did this and quite a few things on the network have changed, I thought we'd try and do this ride around again. So I've got a camera mounted on a train there in the siding in the northeast corner. Now I had to build a brand new wagon for this because the old wagon I was mounting it on won't go round now. It snags on too many things. And it will still snag on a couple of telegraph poles, I think, but let's see what we can do. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way, Norris. So we're coming round out of the siding here. Oh, and you're not coupled properly. I'll try and fix the coupling when it comes up to me. Oh, it actually looks as if it is coupled okay now. Okay. It's not a very good coupling because it's cobbled together from a kit. Okay, so now this is where it may snag on some of these telegraph poles. Yes, indeed. They're the worst thing now. Some of these telegraph poles are a bit close to the... They don't snag any of my railway wagons. And there you go through the tunnel. Should get through the tunnel now to Colville Station. It should go through... Oh, it's come uncoupled again. So it keeps coming uncoupled. That's going to be a problem when we get to the hill. Or if we go down the hill. No, we're on the outside at the moment, so there aren't any strong hills on the downside. So now you're coming through, you can see, you should be able to see the goods shed there and things. Oh. I forgot to reset the point. I forgot to reset the point for your, where you just came out of the... I forgot to reset the point where you just came out of the siding there. And that of course has made the sound box reset itself. Okay. Operator error there, forgot to reset the point, ran you into a point that was, and the sound box is very sensitive, it will reset itself, you know, it doesn't need like a complete short circuit or anything to reset itself. It resets itself. Why is this? Oh yes, I see. It really is not coupled properly. Okay, hopefully that's a bit of a better coupling. Bend the telegraph poles out of the way. And here you go through the tunnel again, into Colville Station, under the bridge, which has been knocked a little crooked, I'm afraid, past the new parachute water tower. And we'll try, when we get you round this time, and there you've got the whole cluster of buildings, the Scrapped Off Goods Depot, and now you're coming into Scrapped Off Station. We'll stop you in Scrapped Off Station, that's the new water tower there. I'm going to set the crossover and see if we can bring you onto the inner track then. Okay. Brake release. Coming up to the crossover. Yes. Got you over. Got you over to your inner. Now, so you're going through Colville Station now, but on the other track. And up the slope now to come round the curve to the viaduct by the yard. Aha. Now this is the one thing I cannot do. Unfortunately, I cannot get a camera through this viaduct. It's just too narrow. So I've got to put you on the other side. And then recouple you again. And it's fairly important we get you coupled properly, else you'll run away badly coming down this hill here. Past, you can see Bilston Station there and the farm. Well, I mean, I don't know exactly what you can see from the lens of the camera. Coming up now to the Lone Star buildings. I just repainted these Lone Star buildings yesterday. That's a Lone Star signal box and a Lone Star station, both of which I just repainted and put on the station again this morning, on the layout again this morning. We'll reset the crossover so that you don't go back onto the outside line again. We'll go once more around that line and then we'll bring you round on the inner loop, the inner passing loop of whatever of the inner section. You're on the inner section now. Oh, you've come uncoupled again, I see. It really does keep well, I mean, the thing is, I cobbled this. This is the bottom part of a Pico 15-foot kit I've got the camera on. And normally, the coupling is supposed to be held in place by the bottom of the, by sort of little nubs on the, ooh, not so fast, it's not coupled at all, by little nubs on the top part of the wagon, but I didn't fit the top part of the wagon, so those little nubs are not there. So I just put a little piece of plastic held in by tape to try and hold the coupling in place, and it's sort of holding it in place, but not that well, obviously. Okay, let's try again. While we've got you stopped, let's change the points to take you to where we want you to go when you come round. Now you come down to the Lone Star signal box again. We got all sorts of signal boxes. We've got 4 or 5 different types of signal boxes here. Metcalf, Ratio, Lone Star, Ratio, Kestrel. That's a Ratio one coming up. Devil of a job to build that was. And this is Bilston Holt Station you're coming past now. And round to the level crossing before... you got stuck on the bridge, on the abutment to the tunnel, I think. I did check it before and it got past there, but I guess it's shifted ever so slightly and it's touching that. It's a delicate business trying to get things round, and of course this is bigger than a real train should be. I do wonder if I shouldn't just cut the ends of those tunnel portals off, because they're not really doing anything useful, are they? Oh, you've come uncoupled again. And back on, you just went through the back part of Colville Station. I can't get you into the yard. I can't get this camera wagon into the yard. Let's actually come up again. Once more round, and then that'll do, I think. Once more round. Bilston Holt there. There's the tunnel from the side. There's Colville Station. Back round again to the Lone Star signal box I just repainted, and then the Lone Star Station. And then again we're going to take the right fork at this set of points. That's a Ratio signal there. The Ratio signal box. That's a Metcalf Settle and Carlisle Station building on Bilston there. And if we can sneak past there, yes, and then through the back of Colville Station, PD Marsh signals there. Metcalf Country Station and Metcalf Bridge on Colville Station there. Metcalf little buildings there. Small signal box and plate layers hut. There you go. Well, I think that's we've been round all the parts of the main line here. Maybe we'll just cheat a little here. Took you off the track there. Whoops. I'll put you back on the outside there. So there is I just thought we'd try to take you the opposite way round this bit of the track. That's Scraptoft Station coming up with the PD Marshall water crane there. That's the goods spur we put in recently there in the corner. That's the Kestrel water tower under Kestrel signal box there under the Lone Star Bridge. Past all the sidings there, and round into the other end of Colville Station. We'll get you through the tunnel one more time. I'm afraid you're not going to come out the tunnel there. Okay, this is where it gets a bit hairy here, trying to... There we go. And to hold the telegraph poles out of the way. Okay, and we'll bring you round, I think, and we'll pull you into Colville Station, and we'll call that the end of the ride, I think. There you go. Hopefully.